City 2, Manchester United 1 in the FA Cup final. Congratulations, first of all, to City for completing the double. They were the better team on the day in a narrow encounter, really, which saw both teams, 11 shot seats over the 90 minutes. City just a few more on target than Man United. And Ilkay Gundogan, who's probably been the man. This is what I mean by voting for player of the season 2 months ago. Ilkay Gundogan in the last 2 months has been their player of the season. The clutch moments are out of this world. A record, the earliest goal scored ever in a cup final. How's your luck, Man United, with a screamer from outside the box? Very similar at the beginning of the second half. Not as good a volley, but a good strike, nevertheless, from Gundogan. A brilliant brace from him. A brilliant performance from him as an individual. Man United, look, everyone wrote us off before the game. We would have no chance in the game. We'd be battered 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, wouldn't score. And we had opportunities in the game. Obviously, we got back into it with a penalty, a handball from Jack Grealish, well put away by Bruno Fernandes. But we just don't have the overall quality that Man City do. We kept Haaland quiet for large parts of this game, which I think was in itself for our centre-backs as an individual award. One real opportunity he had, and that was saved by David De Gea. But Man United's problems really stem from two people on the field, really, for me. Again, another impotent performance from Jadon Sancho. People will say, well, he was up against Kyle Walker. Look what Garnacho did when he came on. I don't want to hear this nonsense that he keeps possession, he keeps the ball. No, he doesn't have the explosive power needed for Premier League football, although today was the FA Cup. And I think for me, David De Gea, and although he made a couple of good saves in this game, I counted. We gave the ball away, unforced errors in terms of giving the ball away from his long balls and poor passes from the back 17 times in that game. 17 times where we had the ball, we knocked it around, where we go back to him, he goes long, we lose possession. That's against any team in the Premier League, any top team in Europe, that's too much. But up against this Man City team, just kicking the ball back to them 17 times, where they're not really pressing, they're not really putting you under pressure, not putting a challenge on you, is not good enough. And look, you can go long and still maintain possession because the best goalkeepers in the world can now do that. There's two massive areas that need to improve. And then there's the midfield. Look, we had more of the ball. We created more once Bruno went back into the middle. Eriksen's good, but not against this level of opponent where you need more energy. We need to spend money. You need more legs and more quality on the ball. So one, you can dominate a bit more possession. Although, look, we had less possession today than Man City by 21%, but we had the same amount of attempts on goal than them. We need more energy in the midfield in the summer. But if we do that, we add better quality into this team, improve on the Jadon Sanchos, improve on the De Gea's in goal. Of course, you've got to improve on Weghorst being your go-to guy from the bench. This Man United team is going places. There is no doubt about it in my mind. I'm proud of the boys today. I'm disappointed we've lost. I know the holes in this team, and they'll, of course, be called out, but we knew those holes before the game started. I'm proud of how we didn't capitulate after conceding so early. We fought to get back into the game. We had opportunities to do it. And look, Garnacho missed a really good chance towards the end. Rashford with a shot just over. You got McTominay, who, look, he nearly heads the ball in, but if his first touch is better. And I look at it this way, Garnacho's going to get better. Rashford with better quality around him will improve. And he really shouldn't have been on the pitch for the last 20 minutes, but he had to run around injured because there was nobody else. But when we buy better than McTominay, better than Sancho, better than Weghorst, this team will improve. It's the start of what could be a beautiful journey under Erik ten Hag. It's not ended how we wanted it to. Not for me personally. I'm disappointed to go away the loser today. I congratulate City because, as I say, they are and were they're a brilliant team. They could end this season becoming one of the top two greatest English sides of all time. Whether you put them first or second, it doesn't matter. They go above. It's only one team, and that's one Man United team that can go above them. They go above every Arsenal, every Chelsea, every Liverpool, every team, even their own teams. They become one or two in this country's history. That is how good they are. We went toe-to-toe with them today. Many of other teams this season, whether you're Arsenal, whether you're Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, have been battered by this team. We, at the beginning of the season, were battered by this team, and we fought hard today. We know where our improvements have got to come from. I'm sure we'll make them in the summer. I'm bitterly disappointed. But again, like I've said before, you've seen me after losses fuming. I'm not that angry today. I don't quite know why. Maybe my the Man United panel that are going to come on will say different. Some of you United fans watching may be more frustrated. I'm almost at a point where I'm over being angry at knowing Weghorst ain't good enough, knowing McTominay's not good enough, knowing that Fred isn't good enough. Nearly all of these players are on the chopping block in the summer. So we know there's going to be improvements there. Look, we also played this game with 2 or 3 of our first team players out injured as well. Now, our best centre back out injured. Our right-sided attack out injured. I mean, he ain't that good at the moment, but our best number 9 out injured as well. So look, we had a few problems that didn't go our way, a few injuries that didn't go our way, but we stayed in this. We had chances at the death, but City the deserved winners. I'm taking nothing away from them. They deserved it. I would say they were the better team. I really would. Do you know this is why the City team is so good? I'll tell you why. Because we kept Haaland quiet tonight. He had 1 sniff. Jack Grealish. Listen, I'm so glad AWB staying because in games like this, listen, if there was better quality in front of him on that right-hand side today, you don't need his creativity. Your midfield and your wings should do it. He pocketed Jack Grealish, Bernardo Silva. You'd barely know he was in the game as an example. KDB, I mean, he walks away with 2 assists, brilliant corner, and he actually got an assist. It's amazing stat. He got an assist for the first goal because the ball deflected off of him last. But, he had a relatively quiet game as well. But this is why City is so brilliant because you can keep their 3 or 4 best players quiet, but they've still got Gundogan. They've still got Rodri. They've still got Kyle Walker. They've still got John Stones in the middle, who is amazing today. That is how good he is. And a few of you in the comments are saying, look, hold the L. Listen, again, the L's on you guys. I said, I think we could win, and I back my team. But a lot of you said no chance, Man United. You're all wrong. A lot of you said battering 3-4-5-0. Just because City win don't mean you're right. You're taking the L today. Anyone who said 4 or 5-0 and we didn't have a chance, you're the real losers today. You don't understand how football works. You got your prediction right of who would win, but not in the way in which you said. So, yeah, look, I'll hold the L, but my question to you is, where's your team today? What did your team do against City this season? Where did your team finish? What did you win this year? There's only one team in England that can talk to Man United this season in terms of real banter, and that's Man City. The rest of you, you're behind us. You're behind us. So listen, I can take it on the chin with a big smile on my face. But I get it. It's rivals. Do your worst. Let's go to some of the super chats here. Someone here says, Sir Jim is your new owner. We will see what happens, my friend. 12 Men United, you still lose. Casemiro, red card. Not a red card for me for Casemiro. I appreciate the super chat, my friend, but no, not a red card in my personal opinion. And was it handball for the penalty? Yes. No different to Luke Shaw's a few weeks ago. There was a penalty that was given. I don't remember what game this was a few weeks back. Goal goes over a defender's head. He appeals because his shirt's been pulled. The ball gets headed. It hits his arm with his arms in the air for appealing. Penalty. I saw Liverpool get a penalty identical away at Bournemouth. Player jumps on the way down. He's spinning, arms out to the side, conceded. So I agree with you. The rule's bad and the rule should be changed for those handballs. But by the letter of the law, it was a penalty for Manchester United. All 11 players showed they don't give a F about stopping City tonight. Well done, City. You don't think those Man United players played hard? You don't think those Man United players put a shift in, Steve? I'd love to know why you believe that. Please let me know. I'm embarrassed as a United fan. Tell me what you're embarrassed about, my friend. Tell me what you're embarrassed about, because I'm embarrassed that we've spent £1 billion in 10 years and this is our squad. I'm embarrassed at that. But I can segregate and ring fence that feeling towards the owners and Man United's failings in the past from what this team under Ten Hag is doing, because Ten Hag's not accountable for what has been spent and invested in before him. The improvements this year are palpable. We're moving in the right direction. I can take the loss, but no, we're heading in the right direction. But I'd love to get your thoughts, Ted. We never fought hard, Terry. That's cap. You don't think, again, I want to know, I need you to explain what we didn't do that you expected more of, please, my friend. I thought we kept our shape. They had the majority of the ball, which means you've got to remain disciplined. That's hard work in 25-degree heat when you don't have the ball. That's why I thought we worked hard, but let me know. Terry United were robbed. It's a disgrace. Obviously, that's a bit tongue-in-cheek. First off, congrats to City, but a United point of view, that first goal can't happen. Miscommunication from centre-backs. And then I'm sorry, David Daya has to stop the second. There's no pace on the shot. Look, there wasn't a lot of pace on the shot, and I've been very critical of De Gea this year, but he doesn't see it until late. So he's reacting and he gets a hand to it, just not enough. I can understand that criticism, though. And I think there'll be a lot of people going for him. But the biggest issue with De Gea today wasn't that goal. It was the 17 times we lost possession because he can't find a man with his kicks. Imagine we get 17 more opportunities to build up attacks. 17 more opportunities to build up attacks in a game. Even this Man United team, which is going to be improved upon, would create at least 2 or 3 more goal-scoring opportunities. Remember, we created as many goal-scoring opportunities today as City, but we gave the ball back to them 17 times from their goalkeeper. I counted, they gave us the ball 3 times like that. That's where we need to improve. Goalkeeper, it's huge. Terry, it's going to be okay. Something in your life needs to scream David De Gea out and Glazers out. I agree with you there.